about defiance here. Defiance.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It is gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball!
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies Postgame Show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, everybody? Another Phillies W. Keep stacking them up. They get another series win. But Dalton, Fratty, we got Broad Street Sports. He's in the bullpen, warming up backstage, getting ready to come in and close out this show for another series W. We're also going to try out the call-in segment, see how that goes today with Google Voice. We're going to bring in Broad first out of respect because we love Broad. He's our guy. But then after that, we'll try it out. So we'll have our phone number here. If any of you guys want to save it right now, we'll let you know when the time is right. But 302-316-4848. Save it in your phone. But man, oh man, Series W, Ranger locks in, Fratty. 11 strikeouts, man. I mean, what are your initial thoughts and takeaways from Ranger's performance?
Unbelievable. Ranger today, he looked unbelievable. He was locked in. And he's going to be probably, no, it's a debate between Sanchez and him for the top starter spot due to Zach Wheeler unfortunately going down for the season. So Ranger Suarez is really stepping up, and he's really locked in, and that's what he needs to be come Red October, which is coming up, believe it or not, in a little over a month from now. And once again, I'm very excited about that. But to focus on today, August 24th, because we're not at the end of August just yet. This guy, the last couple starts is turning it on at the right time. 10 strikeouts in his last game, 11 today. I have no complaints by Ranger Suarez. He's a hefty lefty. He's like Cliff Lee out there, doing his thing, and have no problem. So I really have nothing else to say about Rangers. Keep doing what you're doing right now. It's because Zach Wheeler is out for the year, and he's going to be a big player, and now even a bigger role in the rotation now. So,
yeah, I think that these players understand that as Philly fans. I was listening to WIP this morning, just like a lot of people do. Got my McDonald's, great Sunday morning. And one of the things that they said, I think this is a great point. It's not changing the players' outlook when they get on the mound of, hey, let's go out there and win. You know what I mean? Like, they want to win either way. They want to perform either way. They want to throw a no-hitter either way, right? Like, they want to perform the best that they can when they go out there on the mound every game. But here's why I agree with you, Fratty. I think that they understand now. There is and somebody brought this up on WIP, and some of the hosts didn't like it, but I see what the guy's saying, right? And stay with me now, right? Stay with me. Knock on wood if you're with me, as Gruden would say. But it's like one of those things where when your main guy goes down, it sort of takes the pressure off. 2017 Super Bowl, Carson Wentz. Everybody thought that season's over. Season's fucked. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's over. Doesn't matter. When you have no expectations, you're almost a different animal. You can quickly become the most dangerous team in any sport when you have zero expectations. And I'm not saying that the Phillies have zero expectations. I'm just saying I think that now they have more expectations, and the fact that they have more expectations, more of these pitchers are going to start to step up. Because just because Zach Wheeler doesn't go out doesn't mean that Fratty, doesn't mean that Dalton, doesn't mean that Ryan, doesn't mean that anybody in the 302 Birds community thinks that this team has any less of a shot at getting a World Series trophy. I mean, well, I take that back. They definitely have less of a shot, right? But it doesn't change the fact that they still have a shot. And we still think that they're capable. And if they still do the things that they should end up in a position that they are able to make it to the World Series. And once they get there, well, it's anyone's game. So I just want to see this Phillies team, not only pitching, but also batting, adjust to Zach Wheeler being out. I want to see timely bats. That's the biggest thing I want to see. I'll leave off with that, because if these guys can figure out when to swing right, good things are going to happen. We'll get to Marchan in a second here, Fratty, but another series W, stacking them up. How's it feel?
It feels pretty good. We only lost the very first game against the Nationals. They really are. Let me see here in the comments. Turning it on. They're really turning it on lately. Besides that one game this week, of course, the series win against the Mariners, the sweep, and now this. The Philadelphia Phillies know they got to keep turning it on, because this could be like 2022, but in a different way. I'll tell you why. Because right now we're sitting in the 2 seed, and guess who's in the driver's seat? Guess who could be sitting right there if they win a division and set up a possible date if they make it to the NLDS?
Fratty Roseman?
No, Padres.
Oh.
If they win a division, and if we keep, like I said, if we keep turning it on and get a bye, they win a division, and we keep getting series dubs, and I want to just keep it to the series dubs topic, we could possibly face the Padres in the NLCS if they play up to their level. And it'd be a rematch from 3 years ago when Bedlam at the bank. I would love to see that rematch in the postseason. But I think that's my only concern with that one with the Padres, is they're very hungry for a World Series. They're very hungry after what happened to them in 2022. So I'm just leaving that out there right now.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll let you take this one first, because you pretty much hit the nail on the head with everything I had to say about the Series W. Glad to see the Phillies putting it all together for yet another one. But you know who also put it together today, Fratty? That guy who will be backing up JT Realmuto in the playoffs. Marchan, man. He looks sharp out there. 3 RBIs, and that was all of them today, right?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie here. Marchan really filled in very good for the JT today. He picked up all the guys. Other guys couldn't really hit today. Couldn't really score RBIs. I mean, I think Bader had a hit. There were some other guys in the top few of the lineups that had hits. I'm talking about, but RBI wise, driving in runs, Marchan really came up big today. He is he's what you call a good backup, a decent backup. We'll see. I really think, and I really believe that our offensive guys having a flat game today is kind of a good thing. Our other guys not scoring many runs, they get a pass today just because they've had games where they've done okay, and we're saving all of our outburst tomorrow night against Frank the Tank and the New York Mets. That franchise, yeah, I'll talk more about them later because they lost today. So,
yeah. Marchan looks great. I think he's definitely somebody that can give JT a day off when he needs it, which is huge. I mean, with JT where he's at in his age, you want to be able to give him that day off too in the playoffs and know that you're going to have somebody that can come in there and timely bat. You know what I mean? Swing the bat when it's time. And I think that that's awesome. So I really like Marchan. I think he's a great piece. But let's talk about this for a sec, Frat. 1 year from now, Field of Dreams, Phillies, and we were told it would have been the Mets, but now it's the Twins, are going to be playing. I guess get your corn husking abilities ready is what Ballpark Tommy was texting me. Are you ready for this game, and how excited are you?
very, very exciting. Very excited. I know they're playing against the team that I'm seeing at CBP. Minnesota comes here believe it or not, they come here at the very end of the year. So I don't know how this would work because next year they're saying that we're the home. Are they saying that we're the home team, or Minnesota would have to be the home team because Minnesota it rotates every year, so Minnesota we wouldn't lose a home game. I don't think next year. That's what I thought. I thought we would be the road team then next year because originally we were supposed to be the home team, but they changed it. So it was a mistake. So I think I think if Minnesota is the home team, they would possibly be the home team next year, and not us. We would be listed as the road team, but I don't know if they're going to work it out in a way where we're the home team for one game and we just play 2 games in Minnesota. It's probably be it would we'll find out. They didn't say for sure yet. We'll see on the schedule. So, but I'm very excited. It's versus. Oh, they said we would be the home team, so maybe we are playing 2 games in Minnesota still. So, um, but anyway, I already repeated that a couple times. But very excited. It's versus. I guess all the advertising and all with Johan Duran and Philadelphia hosting the All-Star game. That's why they wanted to do it against Duran's former team. So maybe, just maybe next year we can have the light if we're in a closing situation with Johan Duran, we can have the light up of the Durantula music at the Field of Dreams. That would be something else against his former team. So, what do you think about that, Dalton? I make a good point here.
I'm excited for it, Frat. I mean, I didn't even think about it's Duran's favorite former team. So there's going to be that whole aspect to it. But if he came in at the end of the game to close it out, corn husks right in the beginning of fall, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to make a trip. I don't know if you like corn ice cream or not, Fratty, but I heard it exists. So get ready.
Oh, yeah. One more thing. I just remembered real quick. Another fact is Minnesota Twins is based off a movie. Little Big League. Billy Hayward. I wonder if the guy who played Billy Hayward would be there. That'd be pretty cool too.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Great movie. Now going to be a great movie it's going to be a movie next year for the Phillies. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and kick it to a segment that, in my opinion, is always a movie, always makes me feel like a child. Let's go ahead and kick it to
Yo, Freddy, give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Freddy's Corner. It's Freddy's Corner.
Oh, well, guys. Tomorrow night, we start a series versus the New York Mets. Citi Field, which has been known as the House of Horrors for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Or Shitty Field, as me and KJ call it. Sorry, I just had to.
It's been known as the House of Horrors. The Phillies haven't won very many times there the last couple of years. We got swept there early this season. We lost both games of the NLDS. We couldn't even score many runs to save our lives at that field. I don't know how to feel about that, but Jeff, if you're watching, can you please be a Phillies fan tomorrow because you're fighting for your playoff lives right now, and you need to be Jeff Bainbridge. You need to be a Philadelphia Phillies fan. You need to root for us hard. In tomorrow, went to the next day and the next day, and in September when the Mets come here, and more importantly, your Reds need to start winning because if your Reds don't start winning, you guys are not making it in. So, honestly, for the Phillies' sake, if the Phillies can beat up on the Mets and the Reds start getting hot, the Mets can be knocked out of the playoff picture, and Frank the Tank will be like, better luck next year. So listen, I'm very hyped for tomorrow. I'm very hyped for fantasy football. But I'm even more hyped for Phillies and Mets because we're going to come out there. We are going to take business to Jack Duran. If you're watching, we're going to take business tomorrow. We're going to hit the outro on them. We're going to take 2 of 3 against the Mets. I'm calling it right now. I don't think we're going to sweep them, just because the Mets have been playing a little bit better the last couple of games. I know they took 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They won their first 2 games, but I think they're going to flip their own switch and lose 2 out of 3 because they haven't been a very consistent team, but they're playing a little bit better lately in the last couple games. So we'll see what happens there. And then looking even more ahead, before we close it out, we play the Braves. That's our next home game Thursday, and I'm supposed to be in the building for that. The very first game of that series when Noel is pitching, which he had a decent start. So we don't have very,
meatballs.
but we don't have that. We don't have very long. We're not on the road very long. We take a quick bus trip to New York and then back here Thursday, where Friday is scheduled to beat her as of right now. So all the way up, and if you guys can find me, section 426, right near where I sat, with Dalton and KJ August 1st. So just giving you a heads up ahead of time, just in case, because I'm not sure how many shows we're going to have in the Mets series. So, yeah.
Well, that's all we got for Friday's Corner. Thank you guys for tuning in. And now we're going to go ahead and get to our call-in segment. So if you guys want to call into the show and join us, feel free to dial 302-316-4848. But let's go ahead and bring in a friend of the show, a guy who we love talking Philly sports with. Rye, how you feeling about this team, brother, from Broad Street Sports?
I'm feeling pretty good. Now, here's the thing. I hear a lot of people on Twitter saying, hey, look, you're supposed to sweep out the Nationals. This is an underwhelming. Look, you took care of business. You're at the point in the year now where, look, it's not about sweeps. Sweeps are great. Sweeps are wonderful, but it's not about sweeping teams out anymore. You're at the point where you're 7 games up in the division. It's not time to coast in the playoffs. I'm tired of coasting in. I want to keep our foot on the gas, but you're at the point in the year where you just have to win series now. You don't have to necessarily sweep all the time. You just got to go in, take every series that you play a good brand of baseball. So look, Duran blew the game Friday night, and throughout the entire series, the offense did a decent job. They didn't play their best of the best baseball like they did against the Mariners, but either way, they took care of business, and that's all I'm looking for. And we can't focus too much on this weekend. It's time to really focus and home in on the Mets, and then we have the Braves coming in after that. So we have an all important week coming up. So that's just what it is. I just don't want people out there to be like, oh well, it's upsetting that we didn't sweep. Yeah, it's upsetting that we didn't sweep, but at the same time we won the series. And then at this point in the year, winning the series is all you can really do. You just got to keep stacking up series wins and keep coasting out the Mets, and that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did. It was exciting to see. It feels like this Phillies team is in control of their own destiny right now. Does it feel that way to you as well, Broad? Even with the Wheeler injury, I still feel like they kind of control their destiny. And if they want to be in the World Series, I certainly think they can be.
Well, absolutely, they control their own destiny. This team has all the puzzle pieces to figure it out and to get there. It's just sometimes these puzzle pieces don't puzzle, if you know what I mean. It's just these pieces. Yeah,
exactly.
They don't play their best baseball. But in my opinion, and I'm not fully bought back into this baseball team. As I said on my show, I said, what they do over the next week versus the Mets and versus the Braves is really want to decide if I'm bought back into this baseball team or not. But but this team controls its own destiny. I really think that they're pulling behind Wheeler. I think they may pull a 2017. I don't think that what's the word? I don't think that there's no pressure on this baseball team now that Wheeler's gone. I think that there's the same amount of pressure because with or without Wheeler, this is still a very good baseball team. You still have a very good starting pitching staff, and you didn't lose any of your big-time bats. You still have the same bullpen. You still have the same other guys in the starting rotation. So, that's just where it is. So, yeah, losing Wheeler hurts, but this is still the same baseball team nonetheless. And the way that Ranger and Christopher Sanchez is pitching, and now you add Luzardo into that, you're not really going to really see the full effect of Wheeler, even though it hurts and even though it sucks. I'm really liking the way that Ranger has pitched over the past couple days, past couple starts, preferably today and against the Mariners. I really like the way he's pitched there. And my thing with Ranger is the fact that, you lost you don't have Wheeler anymore. So now you need you need him to step in. And because Ranger has been in the postseason before, he's had the experience, he's pitching big time moments. He's got to show up. And the way that he's pitched the past 2 games, I think that he's ready to go. And that's just where it is. But I'm very happy with the way that he's pitched. And I'm really liking what you're getting out of Luzardo and, of course, Christopher Sanchez. Nola, you don't know what you're going to get out of Nola. I think he's just a goner. But, so, yes, they control their own destiny. But I think that but now that they have quote unquote something to play for, they have Wheeler to play for. I think it changes a little bit of the dynamic, but they really do still control their own destiny.
Now, can I ask you another question, Broad? Do you feel that what we were talking about earlier in the show, do you feel that more pressure's on now that Wheeler's out, or do you feel like it's less pressure because there's almost no expectations? Like, honestly, realistically, now that he's out, we all know it certainly hurts the chances. But at the same time, I feel like it allows them to play a little bit more freely. Do you think that there's any truth to that yourself? Or do you think that these guys are just going out there, same routine, and this doesn't affect them as much?
I think it's just the same baseball team, to be honest with you. I mean, look, not having Wheeler sucks. It hurts. And definitely not having in the postseason like that really screws you. But like I said, I mean, you're getting ace quality starts out of Christopher Sanchez. You're getting Ranger Suarez quality starts out of him. Luzardo has looked great over this past 3 starts, and maybe Nola can kick it into a high gear. And like I said, you still have the same offense, still have the same bullpen. So I don't know. I don't think there's more. Look, I think the way that everybody's blowing this up in a way and saying, "Oh, you got burn the boats," right? As Jack Fritz says, "Burn the boats," and the fact that they say, burn the boats, and the fact that everybody's like, win it for Wheeler. I actually think that brings in, I think that actually adds in some more pressure to this baseball team. But I think it's the same amount of pressure. They just got to go out and take care of business. But yeah, it's the same baseball team, same routine. And yeah, you just don't have Wheeler, which is the sad thing, but they can still win it without Wheeler. Don't get me wrong. You could certainly win it without Zach Wheeler. It'll be just a tad bit tougher, but that means you need all your starting pitching to be lights out, and you need guys to actually hit in big time moments. But I'm not writing this team all. Look, I doubt they're going to win a World Series with or without Wheeler, but yeah, I just think that same pressure, maybe even a little bit more pressure for this baseball team.
Yeah. And to Stephen Roth in the comments, if you want to call into the show, Stephen, all you got to do is literally pick up your cell phone and dial 302-316-4848. That's 302-316-4848. We'll stay live here for a few more minutes if you want to call into the show, man. We'd love to talk some Phillies with you, get your opinion on it too, and see where you think that this team is headed. Fratty, while we're waiting for Steve to call in, if he does call in, I'll let you know. I'll give you a heads up. But how do you feel about this team? Like, do you think this team's taking the same approach out there? Or do you think losing Wheeler impacts their mindset for players like Ranger, players like Luzardo?
Oh, I think Wheeler is a big loss, and I think.
Oh wait, sorry, Frat. Oh wait, it looks like we're getting a phone call. Let's see who it is.
Is it Steve? Is it?
I think I know who this is. Hold on. Let me share screen window. Sorry, we're just figuring this out, guys, so bear with us. Is that who I think it is? I think it's a certain person I know. We'll see if they call in. And I should probably not dox everybody's phone numbers out there. So I'll figure that out again. But the good news is I think it's just me and KJ McCoy. So the good news is call me. But yeah, I got to figure out how to get that up here. Whoever that was, I will give you a call back here in a few seconds. But considering that it has pro wrestling on the headline of the phone call. Oh, yeah, there you go. I call in and no one answers. I tried picking up. Sorry. I got to figure that out, Dennis. So give me a few minutes. I'll have you call me and test it out on there. But that's all we got. Other than that, we'll have that set up for you guys next show. I hope everybody has a great, safe night. I want to thank Broad Street Sports for jumping on the show. If you guys hadn't, please go check out his channel. Subscribe to him.
Yes, sir.
That would mean a ton to me. And check him out on Sippin' Sports as well. Every Saturday, he's bringing the heat for us, and we love seeing him on there. Any concluding thoughts for us, Broad?
No, I just think they took care of business. You got a great start out of Ranger Suarez. Let's not focus too much on the Nationals. Let's focus on the Mets. We got a big series there, and the Braves. You know they're disastrous. I mean, they're still the Braves. So this week coming up means a lot.
Cool. Hey, I'm gonna try one thing here at the end and see if this call actually works. This is an 856 number. Hey, can you hear us, Steve? Steve? You there? Can you hear us? Yeah, so it's something with the audio. I'll mess with it. I'll figure it out. It's not you guys. It's me. So stay tuned. We'll figure it out next show. Come back for the next Phillies show, and I'll have it figured out. Take care, guys. Have a great night. And as always, let's go Phillies.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! And it is gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know.